Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to practice our poem, Whiskey Frisky. So if you have it, you should pull it out and you can say it with me. And then I'm going to read the book, what is it called? Oh, A Weekend with Wendell. So these books are by Kevin Hanks. We read Owen last time, and I read Chrysanthemum. And there's another one I'm going to read to you called Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. And they're really great books because they deal with issues that kids deal with, and they're really big issues for kids. So in Chrysanthemum, people teased her about her name, and Owen, he really had a special blanket, and he didn't know what to do, and he couldn't take it to school with him. So today we're going to learn about a friend named Wendell, and we're going to see if any of you have had this situation. So The Weekend with Wendell. But before we do that, I'm going to read Whiskey Frisky so you guys can get out your poem, and we'll read it together. Here we go. Whiskey Frisky, hippity hop, up he goes to the treetop. Whirly, twirly, whirly, twirly, round and round, down he scampers to the ground. Furly, curly, what a tail, tall as a feather, broad as a sail. Where's his supper? In the shell. Snappy, cracky, out it fell. So here's the picture of our friend Whiskey Frisky. And again, I want you to look for signs of squirrels. And you're also looking for spider webs and spiders. All these things are just really happening all over the place in the fall. So it's a fun time. Now we're going to read about Wendell, A Weekend with Wendell. Let's see what happens here. On Friday afternoon, Wendell's parents dropped him off at Sophie's house. Wendell's going to spend the weekend with us, said Sophie's mother, while his parents visit relatives out of town. Oh boy, said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. After a snack, Sophie helped Wendell carry his sleeping bag and suitcase upstairs. Well, what are we going to do now? Asked Wendell. Do you have any toys? Sophie pointed to her toy chest. Is that all you've got? Said Wendell. I've got 1,000,000 times more than that. What else is there to do around here? We could play house, said Sophie. Only if I can make the rules, said Wendell. Have you ever played with somebody who wants to make all the rules? Or have you ever been someone who wants to make all the rules? So they played house, and Wendell made the rules. He was the father, the mother, and the 5 children. Sophie was the dog. Does that sound fun? Would you want to play with somebody who's like that? Then they played hospital. Wendell was the doctor, the nurse, and the patient. Sophie was the desk clerk. Think about how have you ever played with somebody who wants to be all the characters and you have to just be kind of one of the boring ones? Or are you that person? When they pretended they worked in a bakery, Wendell was the baker and Sophie was the sweet roll. Isn't this fun? Said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. What do you guys think? Should she say something? What would you do? What would you do if you were Sophie and you were playing with a kid like Wendell? At dinner, Wendell said that he was allergic to anything green, so he didn't have to eat his vegetables. And then, when Sophie wasn't looking, he scooped the whipped cream off of her dessert. When is Wendell leaving? Whispered Sophie. Soon, said her mother. Soon, said her father. After Sophie's parents tucked Sophie in her bed, zipped Wendell in his sleeping bag and kissed them both, and turned off the light, Wendell grabbed his flashlight and shone it right in Sophie's eyes. See you tomorrow, he said, smiling. Sophie shut her eyes. I can't wait for Wendell to go home, she said to herself. Why does she want him to go home? On Saturday morning, when Sophie woke up, there was a lumpy blue monster jumping up and down on her bed. It was Wendell. She felt something pinch her leg at breakfast. It was Wendell. Why do you think Wendell's doing this? What do you think he wants? Does he want something from her? Or is he just being annoying? She heard scary noises coming from the broom closet. It was Wendell. Wendell used Sophie's crayons and left them on the porch, so they melted. And that's very frustrating. At lunch, Wendell finger-painted with his peanut butter and jelly. Isn't this fun? Said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. When is Wendell leaving? Whispered Sophie. Soon, said her mother. Soon, said her father. So are you thinking that maybe Sophie's parents are ready for him to go home too? At bedtime, Sophie put her head on her pillow. She heard something crunch. It was a note from Wendell. It said, "See you tomorrow." Sophie shut her eyes. I can't wait for Wendell to go home, she said to herself. And there's the picture. Before Wendell's parents picked him up on Sunday morning, he tried to make a long-distance call. He wrote his name on the bathroom mirror with toothpaste. That is naughty. Is he a good guest? Is that how you should be when you're a guest? He gave Sophie a new hairdo with shaving cream. Want to go outside and help me wash this off? Asked Sophie. We could play firefighter. Oh boy, said Wendell. Oh, is Sophie getting an idea, I wonder? So they played firefighter, and Sophie made the rules. She was the fire chief. Wendell was the burning building. Isn't this fun? Said Sophie. Wendell didn't say anything. Do I get to be a fire chief? Asked Wendell. Maybe, said Sophie. Sophie's acting like Wendell now. Soon Wendell and Sophie didn't care who was the fire chief or who was the burning building. They ended up having fun. Time to go, said Sophie's mother. Time to go, said Sophie's father. All ready, said Wendell. All ready, said Sophie. When is Wendell coming back? Asked Sophie. Never, said her mother. Never, said her father. But Sophie changed her mind. Why do you think she changed her mind? Tell somebody near you. Why? Why did she change? That afternoon, when Wendell unpacked his suitcase, he heard something crunch. It was a note from Sophie. It said, "Hope to see you soon." And if you look on the back cover, there's the note. Hope to see you soon. And there they are, Wendell and Sophie. So think about this book and think about the problem Sophie had and how did she solve it? And would you have solved it the same way? I don't know if I would have, but it definitely seemed to solve the problem. They're friends now. So I want you guys to go on to have a great day. Remember, however you feel, what can you do to make yourself feel better or more awake? There will be a song attached to this, so I want you to move your body and get some energy out, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.